Hello, my name is Madison Shakespeare. I'm a First Nation saltwater woman from the east coast of Australia, and I thank you for the opportunity to briefly showcase some examples of how female academic members from Western Sydney University in Australia have been able to harness First Nations co-designed digital technologies to evoke intercultural communication through our shared natural environment to reveal why Indigenous custodianship is essential to global planetary well-being. I'd like to acknowledge most respectfully and humbly Indigenous peoples globally and with reverence set forth on our shared journey of custodianship over diverse natural environments to ensure the perpetuity of holistic planetary well-being. MAPIMO is an emotion mapping program, and as a result of collaboration between Dr. Katrina Sandbach, Dr. Michelle Catanzaro and myself, an Australian First Nations saltwater woman from the east coast of Australia, we were able to design a new version of MAPIMO and launch it in September of last year. This particular app is based on prior research that's detailed on this slide. The project Global Yarning has been created especially for COP28. It's a way of uniting Indigenous peoples and non-Indigenous allies in a virtual global yarning space where you can share place-based care of country and forge new relationships premised on shared care of our planet. Importantly, this particular project, Global Yarning, can only be accessed through your desktop. So you will need the URL mapimo.org, that's MAPIMO.org. Another project in MAPIMO is called Yarn Country. This offers users a strengths-based yarning space within which they can choose to communicate simply through feeling by choosing at least one emotion, up to a total of 3, but they can also, if they decide to, upload an image of an aspect of their natural environment that is important to them, and/or contribute a small written annotation. So users are connected with others through their unique experiences when connecting with elements of our shared natural environment. I've provided 2 views here, one of which is the desktop view that you will see if you access it through the URL on your computer. And the URL, don't forget, mapimo.org. However, should you go to your App Store, you can download for free the MAPIMO app, and this is what you'll see. There will be a main page that is indeed titled MAPIMO. You then select the project Yarn Country, which will take you into a beautiful global view of the world. You will see a great deal of different coloured dots, particularly around Australia. The colours identify different feelings, emotions that app users have actually contributed across the last 12 months. I welcome you to explore the app, particularly go in and have a look at the different emotions. Click on the different dots, see if the app user has contributed a photograph, an annotation, and also have a look at yarning that may ensue between or across different users who are actually on the same site. As First Nations lead and co-design of Yarn Country, I sought innovative ways to create a shared digital knowing space that offered app users access to aspects of our Indigenous relational worldviews. Geo-emotional mapping allows users to collect information that is associated with their emotional responses at different locations. Implicitly, this draws nexus between place and feeling. Employing geo-emotional mapping in Yarn Country privileges Indigenous being, knowing, doing, and facilitates understanding between sovereign place-based knowledge and practices that are focused around custodianship of country. In this way, Yarn Country provided a yarning space within which sovereign rights were identified, asserted, and could be empoweringly realised. Yarn Country connected non-Indigenous peoples with First Nations ways. So together, we can all care for our shared natural environment. Uniquely, Yarn Country employs decolonising methodologies that privilege Indigenous ways of knowing, therefore potentially facilitating deeper understanding around First Nations ontologies. Harnessing multiliteracy modes of communication offers Yarn Country users a choice to engage in visual storying. This can develop multicultural yarning spaces through connection to country. This was certainly explored in a 12-month research project that I've just completed, where I was First Nations lead. This was with Settlement Services International, where I worked all the way down the east coast of Australia with newly settled refugee peoples, and together we explored and connected through country, on country. Yarn Country creates yarning spaces that value how each Yarn Country user feels and values cultural differences. This project was designed around explicitly seeking to create culturally safe intercultural communication experiences. Yarn Country promotes understanding holistic well-being through yarning about connections to country. The green flag marks global yarning that has already occurred amongst some participants at COP28, so we welcome Indigenous and non-Indigenous allies to connect through country by posting in global yarning. Currently, we have secured sufficient funding to ensure that all peoples globally can use our technology for free into the new year. We welcome you to trial it and become part of our global yarning. You can choose to remain anonymous. You do not need to enter your name and or email address. Just use the guest function. We hope that you enjoy this free digital technology and connect with others around the world through our natural environment to ensure shared care of our planet. And don't forget, when at COP28, try global yarning at mapimo.org, but also explore Yarn Country. And perhaps when you're at home, celebrate your connection to Mother Earth by sharing your chosen knowledges and practices with the rest of the world. Thank you.